What's up everyone, my name is Wizard of Time and today I wanted to go over some early in-game tips and tricks for Pokemon Legends Arceus. Whether you are just now starting your adventure or you are starting a brand new playthrough, I just wanted to share what I have uncovered in the 16 hours of playthrough. So as you can see on my save file, I've only gotten one boss cleared, 63 Pokemon captured, but I am a 3-star rank and I believe that is considered ahead of the pace for story content. So without further ado, let's jump right in. Once you have made it through the intro of the game, you will be introduced to a place known as Jubilife Village. Jubilife Village is your central hub in order to progress through the game. So you'll have access to vendors such as Anth, where you can purchase clothing from, as Edith, where you can get your hair cut. You will have a vendor known as Choi, who you can speak to in order to purchase items, but also we'll go ahead and start with our first tip of the day: sell your items. Now, I don't really have anything that I want to sell, but for the sake of an example, if we wanted to, say, sell a citrus berry, we can just tap A to sell, and there we get 200 more Pokédollars. Now, the reason why I point this out is because it's not exactly obvious on how you sell items. Typically, when you talk to the vendors, you'll automatically be prompted to just purchase items. But if you're like me and you end up getting a lot of items, or if you're just low in Pokédollars, you're going to want to know how to sell. So, easy tip so far. This will be your home that you stay at. You can do this little magic trick and your sandals will come right off. Watch this. Boom. You don't actually have to do that. You can just walk right past, but whatever. Anyways, you can go to the mirror to change your outfit. So if I wanted to wear some of the in-game DLC that I've gotten, such as like the Pikachu mask or the Bidoof mask, or if I wanted to switch over to the Growlithe kimono, items such as that, you can change here. I do not want to actually change my outfit. I kind of like what it is right now. So let's leave without changing. Sometimes the NPCs will have an icon above their head. It kind of looks like a circular design with another circle in the middle. And in this case, Beauregard requested that I find a Wurmple and give it to him. So depending on the quest, you may actually end up having to offer up your Pokemon permanently. But what we just witnessed is Beauticia evolving into a Silcoon, which is really cool, by the way. So I think it's important to make sure you check back in with the NPCs that you completed side quest for, because you never know if there's more lore added to the game or if you get to witness really cool magical moments such as this. Now we're going to head into Galaxy Hall, which is your headquarters. You'll speak to the Galaxy members here in order to progress through the game. So Silene is the NPC you would speak to after you've completed your quests in order to rank up. I currently have not gained enough experience just yet to jump up to 4-star rank, but that's okay. Then we have this character right here known as Baggin, I think pun intended, because when you speak to him, he will actually increase your satchel size. Now, keep in mind, every time you increase your inventory space by 1, it costs more and more money. So here I am, I have to spend 2,500 Pokédollars to gain just 1 spot. But I highly recommend it, as if you're someone like me and you want to collect everything, you're going to fill up your satchel very quickly. Head on over here, you have Professor Laventon. You can speak to him and he's just going to encourage you. But what you really want to do is come over to this chalkboard. This chalkboard will actually show requests that people in the village may want you to complete in order to gain more experience, get certain items, and ultimately rank up. So I just want to kind of hammer this message home. I really encourage you to complete all of the side missions as soon as you can. If we press minus, we will open up our map to see Jubilife Village and everything you have unlocked. So as you can see, we have the clothier right here, we have the hairdresser, and we have the general store, and then we have the wallflower, and then we have craftswork. We have not covered that just yet. And then these blue feather or wing icons that you see are fast travel locations. And what's really cool is you can fast travel to them at any time. So if I want to go straight to the training grounds, for example, and once you come to the training grounds, you'll speak to Zissou. Now, Zissou is kind of your vendor where you can purchase moves, master moves to unlock what is called Agile Style and Strong Style, which we'll get into that later on. You can exchange items, or if you have questions in particular, you can speak with Zissou. But I will show you an example of the new moves that you can learn. So what I have learned is that the higher you rank, the more moves you unlock that you can choose to teach your Pokemon. So let's just select Graveler, for example. If we select Graveler, we can learn any of these moves. Now, what I've noticed is some of these moves are incredibly rare and may be what in the past games are known as egg moves. So in this case, maybe we would want to have a coverage move for Graveler. So we would go ahead and purchase Thunder Punch for 2,000 Pokédollars and teach it to Graveler, which is really cool. And I'll go ahead and segue into the next piece of information. Another fundamental change is that in this game, you don't have to worry about deleting your Pokemon moves to figure out what moveset you want to run with your Pokemon. Instead, you can actually click on a Pokemon and select change moves. Huge, huge deal. And then say I want to go back to Swift. We'll go ahead and swap out Quick Attack with Swift, hit confirm, and then are you happy with this new moveset? Not really. I think I like Quick Attack. I think it's really good for just kind of knocking out opponents when they're low health. But regardless, for the example's sake, we now have a new moveset for our Pokemon. This is huge. You don't have to worry about TMs expiring. You don't have to worry about some Pokemon having HMs. You have Pokemon that can learn as many moves as they want. As far as I know, I don't think there's a limit. I'll go ahead and show you another really cool effect. So as you can see, Luxio has a glowing Pokeball next to her name. And the thing is, instead of Pokemon automatically evolving when they reach a certain level, you now have the opportunity to choose when they evolve. Now, as far as other Pokemon are concerned that need certain items, I believe you still need to make sure you utilize those items. But I've also heard that Pokemon such as Eevee, if you want to evolve them into like a Leafeon or a Glaceon, you actually just have to be near the rock that they normally have to be near in the other games and just select evolve. So we're going to go ahead and select evolve and watch this incredible animation of Luxio evolving. Wow. You can actually throw the Pokeball and your Pokemon will come out. And not only that, but you can bring out your whole team, which is absolutely insane. And I don't really think there's much you can do with them right now. Outside of, looks like you can speak with them, but it also looks like these Pokemon are speaking to each other. So it's just really cool. It allows you to just kind of connect with them a little more, or just bring the world of Pokemon more and more to life. Over here we have Simona, who is a vendor that allows you to trade Pokemon. Now, I don't think you can actually battle with people online just yet, but you can trade with them online, and also you can purchase items. Now, in order to purchase these items, you have to collect what is called merit points, which, to just kind of explain a little bit, you gain merit points when your game is connected to the internet, and I will show you how to do that in just a second, and you find lost items from other players around the world. So you'll return those items, gain more merit points, and then it'll allow you to purchase what looks to be mainly evolution items. So, for example, we have a shiny stone, we have a dust stone, we have a metal coat. This is going to be incredibly important to me, as my favorite Pokemon is Scizor, and I do have some Scythers in the box. So super excited to get enough points to evolve my Scyther. And then we have what is called a linking cord, which is incredibly useful. So as you know, I don't believe there's like an easy global trade system where, you know, you can just trade with anyone. You're going to need to have a code with your partner. So to allow you to evolve Pokemon without trading to another trainer, you can use this linking cord. So Pokemon like Graveler or Kadabra or Machoke will be able to evolve into their final forms if you purchase this item. So make sure you collect those merit points. And just to provide more insight on that, we will press up to go into the menu, and then we will tap ZR to head over to the Wi-Fi icon, which if you select Lost and Found, like I said, this is where you would find lost items when you are exploring the overworld, when you're out on a quest, so to speak. So I personally am just going to keep the internet connection on so I don't have to remember to turn it on so I can get those items and collect more merit points. And again, you can choose to select automatically connect. Also, be sure to select mystery gifts. You never know if Nintendo is releasing certain items or certain gifts, you know, during a promotional period, an event, so to speak. So sometimes you can get mystery gifts via code or password or just straight from the internet. And for me, I was able to get the clothing gift because I pre-ordered the game, which shows the fancy kimono, fancy bottoms, and the baneful fox mask. So please make sure you check that out. So you can purchase charms from Lucille, which explains if it's lost items you wish to prevent, I would suggest the tempting charm for you, my dear. Should you ever faint, it magically becomes the first item to vanish from your satchel, taking the place of other items that would have been lost. If you wish to keep yourself from fainting, the survival charm is what you need. Simply possessing this mystical item makes one less likely to faint while out exploring. If good health is your greatest wish, the warding charm is your friend. It gives one of the mysterious abilities to escape the effects of status conditions inflicted by wild Pokemon's moves. I hope you followed all that, child. Now tell me what it is you wish for. So in this case, you know, maybe I would want to lose fewer items, so I would go ahead and purchase the charm. A mysterious charm that tends to be lost for any other item when you faint in the field. This type of charm comes in 5 different colors. Now, it's important to mention that I fortunately have not died yet in this game. You actually have a very easy escape technique now, or escape mechanic, where if you just want to leave a battle, you can just, call back your Pokemon or recall your Pokemon and then just run off. And then when you get further in the game and you unlock Weirdeer, you can actually just jump on Weirdeer and just gallop away. Here we have the farm. If you speak to Miller, he will actually give you a request to get him a rock Pokemon, or in other words, a Geodude, which is very easy to find once you get to a certain point in the game, very early on, fortunately. And once you've done that, Geodude will help create the farm so that you can start planting materials here in order for crafting. So, for example, I gave him Geodude, and now Colza is here, and I can actually speak to Colza and start creating crops to harvest. So in this case, a very helpful crop to have is apricorns. That is part of the materials needed in order to craft Pokeballs. So we'll go ahead and get that started. I believe that as you take on quests, your crops will grow, and I'm sure that over time we'll be able to kind of expand this in order to harvest more crops. So here we have a pasture, which is where your Pokemon are stored in this game, unlike in the past games you would have PC boxes. Now, we did learn of a trick where if you just put one Pokemon in each box and then maybe take it out, it'll actually increase your box count or pasture count, because initially I think you only have like 1, 2, or 3. So it'll expand as you catch more Pokemon. So, you know, it's great for if you want to sort Pokemon, or if you just want to make sure you have as much space as possible. So please keep that in mind. That's why I have actually a total of 16 pasture boxes, which is unnecessary at the moment. Here we have the photography studio, which I'll just pull it up on the map, which is right next to your quarters and the entrance to the village. And here you can take pictures with your Pokemon. You can take pictures by yourself, change poses and expressions. Really fun little mini game. As you can see, we have requests here, which are your side missions. It's important to get them done as soon as possible. I haven't gotten any of them done on this first file, which once again, this kind of reinforces the fact that these are some early in-game tips and tricks that I wish I had known before going into this game. So be sure to complete these because as you can see, you can get rewards and it's going to help you rank up and it's going to help you complete the Pokédex, which is ultimately what you want to accomplish when playing this game. So here in Obsidian Fieldlands and anywhere else that you explore, one of the main tips I'm going to kind of hammer home is that you need to explore as much as possible and you need to catch Pokemon. Okay, and in order to do that, you want to cycle over to your Pokeballs, you want to aim, and you want to throw the Pokeball. And just like that, you can catch them. Now, it's not always going to be that easy. Then you have Pokemon like Shinx, which is aggressive, and if they see you, they're going to want to fight. So we'll just go ahead and, you know what? We'll show little old Shinx who they're going to evolve to. And here's another helpful tip or a helpful or cool new feature is the fact that you can run around or move in battle. So in this case, if you notice, we have the action order on the right hand side, which shows you the attack order. Now, if you have mastered your moves, you see where it shows the scroll and the left and R buttons. If you type R or press R, you unlock the strong style, which will make your moves stronger, but unfortunately, you will most likely sacrifice a turn if you're facing against Pokemon that are around your level. And then if you tap L, you will unlock what is called Agile Style, which will allow you to move faster, but your move power is weakened. So let's just go ahead and show you an animation of the strong style, which is really cool. Just kind of goes into slow motion, controller vibrates to kind of emphasize the impact. So very helpful. If you sneak up on Pokemon and you hit them with the Pokeball from the back, you will have unlocked what is known as the backstrike technique, which is kind of like a critical catch. Doesn't automatically guarantee a catch, but it definitely helps your chances of catching a Pokemon. And then also, if you utilize items such as, we'll say a berry, and you throw it at a Pokemon, they will actually... Okay, that didn't work out. So, say we want to catch a Starly, but we know that they're very timid and they'll run off. If we throw an item like a berry, it'll actually walk over to it and start eating it, which is a great moment or great opportunity to catch this Pokemon. Now, I just use what is called a Feather Ball, which is great for flying types. And you saw that it kind of went, the throwing speed was actually very quick. Now, my satchel is actually full. So what I want to do is head back to the base camp, which we can do that by opening up our menu and just selecting the tent icon with the feather. Again, very useful. And I can go ahead and store some items. Now you'll be able to access these item boxes at base camps as well as your home. Now, say I don't want to utilize this ball of mud. I can just go ahead and move it to the item box. We'll move these to the item box. That way we can create some space. Now, once you've reached a certain point in the game, if you want to travel across the land faster, you will have access to Weird Deer, which will allow you to kind of go across land very quickly. So you see that tree right here? If you throw a Pokeball at it, your Pokemon will actually gather the materials for you. And to make matters better, you actually gain experience from it too. So it's very useful and encourages you to make sure you're kind of using the Pokemon that you kind of want to train more, that maybe doesn't have as much experience. So, you know, here's another tree right here for another example. And it also works for these other items as well that you see. Now, collect as much as you can, because they're going to be useful for either selling later on, but most importantly, crafting. And if you see this tumblestone bouncing around, usually there's a Pokemon underneath it. Most likely it'll be a Geodude. So in this case, it was a Geodude. Sometimes we've seen Graveler before. but we'll just go ahead and show you some more battling, because why not? This is known as a wisp. Now, I don't want to create or share any spoilers, so just make sure if you find one of these, you go ahead and collect it. It'll be very important to complete a quest that may not be main story, but for the completionists out there, make sure you find them. There are quite a bit of those, and for our Zelda fans, it'll remind you of the Korok seeds. At the base camp, you can actually rest, and you can decide if you want to just rest for a little while or change the time of day. Now, the reason why this is important is because obviously, just like in past Pokemon games, there will be different Pokemon that appear at different times of the day. So, for example, we've now made it nighttime. So instead of maybe Bidoof and Starly, which right now we still see because this is the beginning of the game, if we come over here, we now see Drifloon. Oh, I think you saw me. There we go. Got the backstrike for that. Yes! So make sure that you explore these lands during all times of the day and night. You never know who you might run into. Let's see if we can catch it. We just use a heavy ball, which you have to be incredibly close for in order to catch. Now, looks like that didn't work out, so in this case, oh man, we're gonna have to battle. And as you can see, you can get hurt. So let's go ahead and, whew, that was close. Okay, so this Rapidash is level 40. Again, this is an alpha Pokemon. Now, surprisingly, my Quilava survived, which I'm actually very happy about. So if you look at the action order, I switched to Strong Style, which shows that, once again, Rapidash will get to attack twice if I use that, or if I switch over to Agile Style, Rapidash doesn't get to attack twice. So maybe I'll just go ahead and start to hurt it, because I would like to catch it if possible. Rest in peace, Quilava. That's okay. So let's switch on over to Luxray. Maybe we can paralyze it. Okay. Oh my gosh. It just rested. Come on, Strong Style Thunderfang. Yes! We paralyzed it. Oh my gosh, Luxray lived. Alright, let's see if we can catch it. Let's go! We just caught Rapidash! Wow, that's amazing! So those are my early in-game tips and tricks for our new players or players that are going to be jumping in for a second playthrough. Please let me know what you think in the comments below, and be sure to subscribe to the channel to check out more Pokemon Legends Arceus content. So until then, thank you so much for watching this video.